call back up. See me now, God, I'm litty.
Hey, everybody. EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden.
As we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the former Purdue Boilermaker. It's Drew Brees.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. They try right side here. Gurley. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
One thing for us to keep in mind and remember, they're coming off of their open week last week. They got to sit home and relax a little bit before the final stretch of the season. They got the lucky draw because every team in the league wants to have that open week later in the year rather than early. They benefited.
Now it's Gurley, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win. So I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The starters defensively now for the Seahawks. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. On 1st down, it's Gurley. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Brees. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Taco Charlton It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Breeze now to throw. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Now Breeze. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards, the final tally. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And last year's rushing and total touchdown leader Todd Gurley caps it with his first of the game here. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Carr now to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, who picked it.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise sprint to your quarterback, and eventually you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Gurley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. There he goes, right side. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, If they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score? All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Hey, Orbit. Mine's 54. Mine's 54.
On second and goal. Carr. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Gerald Everett, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now a draw play for Gurley. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A short throw caught by Andrews. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
This is taken at the 15. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And this is Parker, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He'll get this to Eckler. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jamie.
On these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, who picked it. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. 56.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
You ready? Too little.
Breeze now on first down. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Parker unable to get that one, and that'll bring up second down.
180. Hey, we're good, we're good. You ready? 93. 90.
Throwing again. Carr. And a connection made to Terrell Pryor. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Right there. 54, right there, right there.
From the gun, it's Carr. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. That one good for 14 of the Seahawk first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 637.
Now, Carr again. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll bring up second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They run it from the gun with Crowell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will do it for this first half. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Here is Eckler. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he finds Parker here, complete. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Carr. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And he's taken down inside the 30. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Carr now on first down. It's complete to Snead. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Willie Snead. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point good by Prater. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Breeze to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to fourth down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
10 yards and a Seattle first down. To throw, it's Carr. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. On first down, Carr. The open man is Westbrook. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now Carr. And this is Carr. It's Parker. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're...
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A first down carry now for Crowell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
54 is Mike. 54, 29. 29. That's it.
Throwing on second and 8. Carr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Parker that time. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. No gain there on the completion. Second and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Airing it out for Hearns. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. Hearns brings it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Breeze now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Completes it to Hearns. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Breeze, one of the best ever in these situations as he's trying to get his guys set. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Carr completes it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Carr to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And it's caught by Parker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Carr. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Hey, wahoo!
Stop your whining. Mine's 50.
Back to throw, Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
To throw is Carr. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. Now the Seahawks going to use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Carr. Snead's got it. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Carr going to look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr letting one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the rookie from Washington's Hammer Rapp who picked it. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
So the victory here for Seattle. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is